Hi everyone, Wendy Spanish Crafter here. I've come on today to show you this little book I've made for the charity box, and it's using a kit from Janie B called Blue Remembered, and it's all the pastel shades of blues, pinks and lilacs, and I've used some of the ephemera as little tags and journal cards in there. I've put 2 signatures in this book and stitched them in with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I've put little heart dangles on the twine on the inside. I've used a few various papers, cartridge dyed, some Spanish antique paper, I've stenciled some and lined paper. So I thought that's quite a pretty book that you could keep in your handbag. And I've used the hitch post fastened there with a piece of elastic. So I have a piece of card measuring 21 by 14 3/4, and I've already marked where I need to score because it's not quite in full centimetres. It's just over 9 centimetres and just about 11.5 to give me a spine deep enough to put 2 signatures in. And I've got the papers cut ready to size to save time measuring and faffing about while the camera is on. You'll have to excuse a lot of the noise today. They're digging up or putting back the road again across the way. I'm going to round my corners just because I prefer them rounded. I think this is the most used piece of kit ever, my X-cut corner rounder. So I've done the front slightly longer, wider than the back so that it covers well. I've got my spine piece cut, and I'm going to stick that on before I sew the signatures in. So I'm using my 3-in-1 because I want this to stick really well. It's gone a bit gloopy. It doesn't take long before it goes gloopy, this glue. So I need to add some acetone. I was going to say acetate then, it's acetone, isn't it? Nail varnish remover. And I've got my front cover done. Not sure which way up goes best, but we'll just punch the corners out on those. Do them both together. I've been making a lot of little books because the cafe bar next to the craft shop, she's organising a sort of Christmas fair to raise money for the homeless people around Torrevieja, and so I've made a lot to give to her. I've given her a completed journal for the tombola stall or a raffle prize, and I've made lots of the little mini books in pouches that you've seen me make before, just to put as little prizes on either the tombola or something like that. So to complete the front, I'm going to put a little circle, punched circle, and then punch a hole with and put a grommet in. So that can go there. Just gives it a little bit more strength. And I put one on the inside as well. Try and get them in the same place. Now if I punch this with the crocodile, as I don't need to reach into the middle. And I've got a little hitch post thingy, and that just screws on. I love these, they really look antique-y and nice. So I'll do the same at the back and put a grommet in. Try and get them in roughly the same place so that it matches up. Just trying to eyeball roughly. A bit higher up. Yeah, that'll do. And I'm going to put one on the other side again. And I'm going to have to get the, just find a grommet or an eyelet. I've found that some of my older grommets don't set very well, they go a bit jagged. And these came with my what's it called, the big reach one, and they set much better. I'll just set that one. Oh, this is on the smaller setting. Oh. There we go. Well, that's set quite well, nice and smooth on the back. Right, just get a spot of elastic. Don't need it too long. Just tie it in a knot. I always use a reef knot. So I was taught in the brownies it stays fastened well and strong. Just feed that through, and then that will reach round and fasten over there. Right, so I'm going to sew the signatures in now. I've got these prepared, ready. There's 16 pages, obviously double-sided, so that'll be 32, and using the beautiful papers again. So I'll just mark with a pencil about, just eyeballing really, I'm not measuring, so I can sort of see roughly where I want them to go. I'll just make my holes in this one. I just marked the craft card just to get a rough idea of the spacing widthwise, not lengthwise. So that's fine there. That one. Do you know, this goes perfectly every time. Well, not perfectly every time, but when you're off camera, it's okay. And then when you put the camera on, it's not. Right, let's get some cotton. I use this cotton that I've used for crocheting a top I did last year, and it's nice and strong. So I have used some twine and it's snapped when I've tied the knot, which is just what you do not want. And it goes nicely with the papers as well. So I'm sure you all know how to do this anyway. So I'm just going to keep the camera on while I do this one, and then I shall switch it off and stitch the other one off camera. So that's not going in now. Some of it's there. Honestly. There we go. I always leave my pokey tool in to help line it up for the last one, she says. There it is. I made a hard work out of that one, didn't I? Right, pull that down to get the last stitch in. That's it, get one either side of the centre string. And I've got my punch ready to punch some little hearts out. Make sure and put a reef knot in again. Or you can just tie it up with a bow, you don't have to put dangles on, which is what I might do actually for this one. And cut that. Right, I'll just go and put the other signature in. Okay, I've got the two signatures sewn in now, and believe it or not, as soon as I switched the camera off, that second signature went in perfectly, no messing about. And so there are my papers, and I've used a bit of braille paper that I was gifted in a swap, and same as the other one, some old plant, I think this is maybe German or Dutch. So I've cut two pockets for the front and one for the back page. So I shall glue those in, and then I'll show you what I've done with the rest of the ephemera. I've cut it all out, all the tags. There is lots in this kit. There's 14 pages of paper, 6 pages of ephemera, and 2 envelopes. So there's lots of cutting out, which is what I enjoy doing when my hand's feeling okay. It's getting better, I think. Still not perfect, but I think perhaps we don't heal as quickly when we're a bit older, sadly. Okay, I need to stick something over there because I've written on. In fact, I'll stick one of these lovely tags. All the edges were sort of rough, the way she designed them, so I just tore them out against the side of my ruler to give them the rough edge that she'd designed. So I'll just stick that on the back there. And then the tags I have made with, some I've put little vellum pockets in, and some I've used some words from I think this is HG Designs. Yeah, HG Designs and Co. They were free on her website. And the others are some butterflies from G Care. I'm just going to pull a few of these out in the same colours that I want. There's a lovely green one there, which will go nice on the pocket. And then the tags, I've just used some offcuts of ribbon that I've had left over. And I try to, where I've put the ribbon on, I put a word over just to cover the edge of the ribbon. So they look really pretty. And the envelopes, I've put a little circle tab on to fasten and use the journaling cards inside and postcards. So it's really beautiful kit, and just my shade of my hues of colour, just beautiful. So they will just go on the back or with the notebook because they're too wide to fit in anywhere, but that'll make a lovely gift or a prize for somebody. So the other thing I just quickly wanted to show you was there was a double tag in the kit, so I've cut it out. I've just cut some offcuts of paper because I've got all these pieces of paper left that I shall make into little mini notebooks. You know me, I never waste anything. So that makes a little notebook as well that can just slot into the pocket, and it just leaves the tab hanging over the top so that you can see that from the front of the book. And this is ribbon from Crafty Ribbons in the UK, and that's where I get my seam binding from as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that little project, and I'm just grateful to be able to offload some of the things I make and do some good and help the charities around here as well. So thanks for joining me. I'd love you to be a subscriber and hit the like button as well. Thanks again. Bye.